Brent again. Welcome to part 3. Part 2 cut out because I ran out of memory. And as I started recording part 3 before, then the batteries went out. So I just deleted that and starting part 3 right here. Just a few feet from where I left off when my memory ran out. There's a second gully. The first one is kind of like that shallow bowl-shaped one that faces Angeles Crest. Now, what I'm really trying to do is walk up to the third one. The second one did not look appetizing either. Whoa! Oh man! Look at all the canyon live oak acorns here. Oh boy, this one really got busy this year. It's a pretty decent sized one. That's some nice Quercus chrysolipus over here. Some pretty decent sized ones. Yeah, beautiful trees, man. Look at this. Wow. Just watch your footing down here. Lots of rocks to irritate your ankles. Some beautiful canyon live oak trees under here. Gorgeous over here. Beautiful. So I guess I'm going to go to the next gully. I think that one looked a little more palatable. Nice Jeffrey pine right here. Like I said, we're at about an elevation of 5,600 feet. By the time I get to the lip of that gully, it'll be more like 55, 50, 55, 80. The top of East Table Mountain is 6,771, so it'll probably be roughly a 1,200 foot climb. Not all that climb's going to be in the gully, because I will be joining like some kind of track or trail at the top of, well, not the top, but at the lip of the ridge. But I think the next turnaround is here, so that should be the gully. Of course, since this is completely cross country up till I get to the track up there, I definitely want to pick the gully that will be more likely to get me up there in a relatively, and I say very strongly, relatively easier way. I'm not saying this is going to be easy, but I would like to try I like to minimize the difficulty of cross country as much as possible. It's a beautiful wash down here. Definitely a nice little spot. Now I just got to find where the gully starts. It's a very rocky wash, so watch your footing when you walk through here. I'm starting to get warm in this jacket already. I feel my arms starting to sweat. So when I first got out of the car, it was still pretty chilly. Alright, let's see what we got through here. I think we're getting close to the mouth of the gully. Yeah, this is completely off-trail hiking, so make sure you do something like this. I mean, hey, if it is accessible from Valley View Drive, a little bit further up along Angeles Crest Highway, then I say by all means, go for it. I know a lot of people on Peak Bagger have gone up that way as the primary means of ascending the peak. But like I said, I'm not sure about the legality of it. A lot of peak baggers, they see a route up, they just go for it and sometimes not even think about the legality of it. And they're very, very honest about it when they write in, oh, I cross private property to get in there. But me, I try not to. If I do by accident ever, I apologize to whomever I may upset. It's not intentional. As far as I know, this spot's all good. Just means I have to take a much tougher climb up the mountain. Plus, sometimes taking the rougher way up is better. I look at me crazy and say, why the heck would you say that? Well, it prepares you for more challenging hikes later on. Sometimes these more challenging hikes are better in that sense. Alright, I believe I found my gully. Here's to no class 3. Keeping my fingers crossed for no class 3 climbing today. Alright, now this is where the work begins. Am I looking at a Scody Mountain Part 2? I mean, this terrain is very reminiscent of when I hiked up Scody Mountain cross country from the base, from the hiked in from, I believe it was at the northeast. So now here we go. Ooh. Here's a variety of beaver tail cactus I don't see very often. It's a short joint beaver tail, Opuntia basilaris variety brachyclada. Don't see that one very often. Usually I see the traditional beaver tail, which is variety basilaris. This is variety brachyclada. The pads are a little more club shaped, a lot smaller as well. So this is short joint beaver tail cactus. I've only seen those maybe less than I can count on one hand. That might only be the second or third time I've actually seen it. But yeah, this is short joint beaver tail. Opuntia basilaris variety brachyclada. Alright, now thus begins the fun of gully climbing. Thinking about, will this crop out on class 3 terrain? I hope to gosh it doesn't. But we'll see. I think this gully, if I remember correctly, this gully I looked up and there's lots of tree cover, mostly the single-leaf pinion, but I didn't see what looked like a lot of rocks. So hopefully this will be the path. Like I said, here I can cross country. Pay attention where the heck you're going. Alright, let's see. I'm hoping this is not going to be as hard as Scody Mountain. Can't say for sure. Especially considering that was when I was on vacation. I had the next days off. Tomorrow I got to go back to work. So I don't want to frickin' go comp out today. But yeah, this is very similar to what Scody Mountain looked like at the bottom of the canyon leading up. So, well, I'm going to start working my way up. I'll update you along the way. This might be a pretty big series, only because it's going to be a lot to talk about. So I'll see you along the way. More short joint beaver tail cactus as I start ambling up yet another one of my gully hikes. But right here, this looks pretty navigable so far. It's an old dirt track here. Probably won't lead very high up. Well, probably just follow this till it ends. Thankfully, it's not a 2,000-foot climb from base to peak like Scody was. So, I'll see you along the way. Stay tuned for what this adventure will bring up next.